Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. It is Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, and we have a collaboration today for our Wednesday themed puzzle. This is a contribution jointly by Thomas Byrne and Daniel Bodley, both experienced constructors, but apparently their debut construction. And apparently quite an interesting theme today, so I hear. Let's just get right into it and see what we've got waiting for us today on this Wednesday. Dallas Baller. Well, that could be a number of different sports teams, I suppose. Or it could be a reference to something else. Dallas, the TV show? Not really sure. Doesn't have. Lacks, maybe is a way of saying doesn't have. What you might add to fruit to make a drink. A straw? No. Oh, is this gonna be like the letters ADE? Like if you add aid to lemon, you get a drink, lemonade, like that? It's gonna be either that or like maybe ice or something. We'll see. Popular oldies, and I see these sort of connecting white squares here, and I can go across like this. So I'm guessing. Well, let's not guess. I mean, the whole clue is highlighted here. 11 letters worth. Popular oldies. I'm not sure. School whose mascot is Tim the Beaver. I have no idea. Zugspitze for one. Not a clue. Put a cork in. Say. So this could mean literally like into a bottle of wine. Or it could mean metaphorically to sort of stop talking or to quiet somehow. I want to say it's maybe something like to shut up or to plug up or something like that. Let's see if the U here works out. An RV hookup? Question mark. What about these other downs? Sigmatism. I don't even know what that means. When Elphaba and Glinda sing Defying Gravity in Broadway's Wicked, is that at the end of Act 1? Oops. Maybe this is something like stop up? Money in Laos. I have no idea what the currency in Laos is. Like some cookies or ice cream treats. Chocolate? Something? That would be my best guess here. Sigmatism. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna put in stop up. Design bit. So this has appeared in the puzzle quite a few times recently. The spec, like a specification for a design. What about this? Writes off over time. Is this something like amortizes or something? Or I'm not sure about that though. Stink eye. I don't know. Grishnak or Gothmog in The Lord of the Rings. Those are both names of orcs. Gothmog was sort of one of the generals of the orc forces. I think in the A Battle of Helm's Deep, I think that was Gothmog in the films. Anyway, the names were sort of repurposed for different characters from the books, but I believe that's correct. To engrave, you could etch something into the back of a watch or a locket or something like that. Where everyone is at home. Earth could be. Object or object. Don't know. This looks like it might be amortizes. Hectic home. Metaphorically, you could call a home a zoo if it is a chaos, a bit of a chaos. Bout stoppers in brief, KOs, knockouts might end like a boxing match. Beverage served alongside the treats in this puzzle. Okay, interesting. Milk. I guess I'm guessing there's some cookie-based thing happening here, but let's keep going and see what happens. So the object of a mission might be its aim or its goal. What? MIT? Is MIT's mascot Tim the Beaver? That could make sense. And is that because Tim is MIT backwards? I wonder. Yeah. A stink eye could be a dirty look. Okay. Gamble could be a risk. Murkiness could be opacity. Now that's interesting. When you think of liquid or an environment that's murky, you think of something that's difficult but not impossible to see through. Usually it's cloudy or hazy or something like that, but with some amount of light or visibility coming through. And opacity is that too, but it's interesting because when you use the word opaque to describe a situation or a material, it means you can't see anything through it at all. But in graphic design and stuff like that, opacity is used on a sort of a sliding scale to mean, is this completely opaque? Is it partly opaque? And so in that sense, I suppose you could take murkiness to its extreme and say if something is 100% murky, 100% opaque, then you can't see anything through it at all. Anyway, just an interesting thought. At least I thought it was interesting. Land of llamas and Yosa, I think. Peru. I believe it's actually pronounced Yama. It sounds even more ridiculous that way than the animal already is. Man's name that's a woman's name backward. I can't think of a man's name starting in AR right off the top of my head. Since. As of, like that. Could be. Extra thick Nabisco treats hinted at 4 times in this puzzle. So is this going to be double stuff Oreos? And I think double stuff is spelled like that in the Oreo sort of proprietary trademarked names thing. And so I wonder if these middle clues are going to be double something. Maybe it'll be a rebus. We'll have to see. Like a body, temperature of 98.6 Fahrenheit is a normal temperature. So this name, I guess, is Aaron, and the backwards woman's name is be Nora. Okay. Blank Sunak, former British PM. For a hot second, it was Rishi Sunak, the first, I believe, the first Indian, ethnic Indian Prime Minister of Britain. Didn't last very long. Monomaniacal sea captain of literature was Captain Ahab from Melville's Moby Dick. Substance in which many insects have been fossilized. Amber, as made popular by the Jurassic Park novel and film franchise. Tree with papery bark. Well, birch famously has papery bark. Birch trees. Tech blank, stereotypical Silicon Valley sort. A tech bro. Sigma preceder in the Greek alphabet is the letter rho, equivalent to our R and S of our Roman alphabet. Famous film pooch, Toto from The Wizard of Oz. 15 to 29 for American Idol. Those, I guess, would be the age limit for that show, for entry into that show. Place in both the Quran and the Bible. I'm guessing Eden, 4 letters starting with an E. That would make sense to me. Excuse me. Blank Allen, jazz pianist. 4 letters starting with a G. probably Gary, but maybe not. Maybe Greg. Entered as data. In, something in, put in, log in maybe? Askew. I don't know about log then. And then what is this? GG Allen? Badly beaten. Whooped or something like that? What could this be? Empty spaces. Vacuums? Is this going to be, so is this going to be like 2 U's here and then 2 T's here? Beer hall recyclables. Bottles, beer bottles can be recycled. And then is this going to be 2 S's? So are we spelling out stuff in these clues across the grid? What could this be? Popular oldies. I don't see it. Get ready to post on Insta, say. Take a pic? Is that just that? Sigmatism. Oh, is that like the technical term for a lisp? No kidding. Okay, that could be. Shish. Oh. Got ready. I've been having some tense issues lately. I had one puzzle the other day. Took a pic. Got ready. Past tense. Shish kebab. A popular Middle Eastern dish. God rejected by Daphne in myth. Apollo? I really should know this, but it must be given the crosses. Word after sand or speed. Sorry. Probably trap. Sand trap. Speed trap. This is an alternate spelling of kebab, so maybe it's this. To ration out. Ration out. I don't know. Trail left by a jet. A vapor trail. Still don't know what Zugspitze is. Spitze. Exam for a prospective osteopath. I don't know. It's not the MCAT, is it? It could be, because this Dallas baller could be a Mav for the Dallas Mavericks. I thought osteopaths took a different exam. Could be wrong though. Who knows? Oh, to ration out is to allot. Okay. And popular oldies could be classic hits. So I guess Money in Laos is a kip, and RV hookup. Oh. A hookup between the letters R and V in the alphabet. S, T, and U go between R and V. It's a second alphabet clue that we've had. One from the Roman alphabet, one from the Greek alphabet. That's fun. Okay, summer hangout locale. Oh, and here we have. Okay, this is funny. Now I have spelled kebab 3 different ways. I had kebab first, and then kabab, and now I have kabab. Because this is going to be pool. People hang out at the pool in the summer. Some people, anyway. Not me. Gently apply is to dab. Like poker champion Chris Moneymaker's name, an apt name for someone who plays poker, Chris Moneymaker. Bunny with a Brooklyn accent. Bugs? I guess Bugs Bunny does have a Brooklyn accent, yeah. Words shouted before and after yes. Sir, yes, sir, you could say if you are replying to a senior officer. It might appear to give you options. Pop-up menu. Yeah, that could be. And this is a play on words here too. If you just read the clue straight as it is, it might appear to give you options. It might seem to give you options like that, but actually it means appear quite literally. It might pop up, it might appear in order to give you options. So that's a good little play on words. Supplementary result. I don't know about this. Schadenfreude source is envy. Schadenfreude being joy in someone else's misery, which you could do if you are envious of them. Years ago, you could say once upon a time. Riff like Ella Fitzgerald. Riff the verb here, present tense verb. You could scat like Ella Fitzgerald. In on, privy to, you could say if you're in on something, you're privy to it. Supplementary result could be an outgrowth. An outgrowth of, I usually use that word for literal outgrowths of plants and things like that, but I think you can use it sort of metaphorically for something unintended or additional that comes out of an experiment or an initiative. Scrumptious camp treat, a s'more. Cut down, as in a tree, is to hew. Insect that farms aphids for their honeydew. An ant? Do they do that? Interesting. One-time Persian title, a shah, and then really, you could say, huh? If you don't understand something. Fashion icon Wang is Vera Wang. Badly beaten, routed, perhaps. These could be chocolate-coated cookies or chocolate-coated ice cream treats, sure. Askew could be to off. Entered as data, you could feed data into a model or a other content management system. Big 12 athlete, I think the answer to this is Ute. We've seen this some from time to time in the puzzle. And a consequence could be an after effect. So this is Jerry Allen. Okay, I didn't have that as one of my options, but now I know. Jerry Allen, and this is an after effect. So we have the STUF doubled here. Okay, so pretty fun theme here, and we've got sort of, in addition to so this is the revealer here at 35 across, double stuffed Oreos, and in its simplest form, we have these sort of the double of the letters of stuff. In these 4 entries here at 12 across, popular oldies, classic hits. 27 across, beer hall recyclables as bottles. 44 empty spaces as vacuums, and 61 across, consequence is an after effect. And so we have the 2 double T, W, double F in here, and quite elegantly done to have these surrounded by the black to sort of simulate the visual of an Oreo, where you have the sort of the stuffing in the middle and the cookie layer above and below. The proportions are a little off. I mean, this is well done, so this is not really a nitpick, but you know, if it was a double stuffed Oreo, you'd sort of expect twice as much white in between the 2 layers of black. But that would be a little asking too much, I think, in this. But then we also have sort of theme adjacent clues here. This chocolate-coated cookies or ice cream treats. I mean, double stuffed Oreos themselves are not chocolate coated, but I think they do have chocolate coated Oreos as another variant. So we have that. We have a s'more here, scrumptious camp treat, which again, not exactly thematic, but kind of related, especially via this sort of idea of chocolate and cookie. It's graham cracker, I guess, and chocolate. I thought there might have been one more. Oh, here, yeah, 28 across, beverage served alongside the treats in this puzzle. You know, classic accompaniment to Oreo cookies, milk. So we have, and are these? Yeah, not quite. I was going to say if these are symmetrically disposed, this one and this one, that would have been extra awesome. Not quite here, but pretty close. And we do have the spanner entries here, the revealer entry, 15 letters long here of double stuffed Oreos, and the vertical spanner chocolate coated. So some really nice symmetry across the puzzle, and some nice layers to the Oreo theme. Both the sort of visual representation and the doubling up of the letters. So really nice. Other than that, this was quite clever, I thought, what you might add to fruit to make a drink. Have to think a little bit outside the box to realize they're talking about the name of the fruit and the name of the drink, and not physically adding ingredients. Where everyone is at home, again, I'm lucky to sort of get that right away, but I could see that stumping solvers, just because it's a little bit trickily worded, I think, there. This one too, not wordplay, but lucky to have seen the possibility for amortizes right away. I'm not familiar with the use of that term to write things off. I'm more amortization, sort of the context in which I'm familiar with that is in terms of amortization of loans and mortgages. But I guess you can amortize losses as well. And then what else here? Didn't know this. Ants farming aphids for their honeydew. Wasn't aware of that little factoid. This took me a little while. Man's name, that's a woman's name backward. Aaron spelled this way, and not a name I see all that often. So that took me a little while. And what else? I'm gonna have to check out the music of Jerry Allen, I suppose. Not a name I'm familiar with there either. But anyway, otherwise a fairly straightforward solve, but quite a nice theme here with great symmetry and visuals and all that in the Oreo double stuffed Oreo theme. So that's the puzzle for Wednesday, July 30th. A great collaboration between Thomas Byrne and Daniel Bodley. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if I missed anything, leave a comment. And if you want to know when I'm posting the next one, hit subscribe and you can get notifications. Otherwise, we'll see you for the next one. Have a lovely day, and cheers.